Good evening. This is Sri Prima with a quick recap of the women's singles final between Iga Swiatek and Amanda Anisimova. And what a complete domination of a match this was for Iga. And Iga completely dominated this. Uh, Her serving, I mean, she was not playing as great as she normally does, but I do think that may be a combination of her opponent, Anisimova, who I think fell out of steam. She played wonderful against Sabalenka. During the preview, I kind of talked about that Iga could win, but it's going to be a close game. But I had trust in Anisimova's game, her serve, and her forehand. But what happened today was a complete. Um, I'm sure that Anisimo was shocked because she made so many unforced errors. She could not even win 3 points in a row. So, losing 6-0, 6-0, it was only happened twice. And in the Open era, I think the last time it happened in a Grand Slam final was when Steffi Graf beat Natasha Zvereva 6-0, 6-0 in the French Open in '88. So, going back to this match, Iga was completely dominant. Her serving percentage was at 80% or so. Well, Anisimova's first serve percentage was at 45%. So you're not going to win many matches with that kind of a percentage. And she lost a lot of confidence. I mean, she had some double faults, but she could not get into the rhythm and she was overhitting. And every time she managed to hit two good shots, she would hit another bad shot. She would hit like an unforced error. So many unforced errors, and that's why I was saying that Iga didn't have to do much because Anisimova was pretty much um, not on point today. She was definitely, um, from a tennis standpoint, it seemed like she seemed nervous, and then that probably cost for her to hit the ball, overhit the ball, many balls into the net, and her body language was definitely not great. I mean, I would be the same way, but I do think that Iga was like completely dominant, finished the match in 57 minutes. I feel very bad for Anisimova, who has had a wonderful journey. Her story, we talked about this in the previous podcast this morning. So, very inspiring. And I'm sure that she'll be back. And I hope she's back. And I hope she gets back to another final and wins it, actually. I mean, she's young and she can definitely do that. And right now, between Coco, Iga, and Sabalenka, um, I think these are the three dominant players in the women's sport right now. Um, but for Iga, gets her 6-0 right now, four French Open, one US Open, one Wimbledon. The only thing that is left for her is the Australian Open to complete the Grand Slam. But she was just incredible. Um, the way she was pounding her backhand, and that's another thing I was even looking at during the game, that I was expecting Anisimova to go on Iga's forehand, that's probably the weakest part of her game. I mean, when you say weaker, I mean that's the for that player of that caliber. But Anisimova hardly went after that forehand, and Iga kind of went around and hit a lot of these backhands, excellent backhands. And there were many times that Anisimova, there was one or two times Anisimova had a 40-30 lead, but she just couldn't. That serve would just give her away, and her second serve, Iga was able to jump on it and shorten the point and finish that with a great blistering backhand winner. So Iga, all kudos to Iga. I mean, after she lost in the French Open semifinal, there was a lot of talk on social media where some of them actually asked her to skip the Wimbledon, and um, let's see how that worked out. I mean, she goes out on top. She was completely dominant. I mean, when you look at how many games she actually gave up between the semifinal and the final, she gave up a grand total of two games. I mean, she won 0-2 against Benchik and 0-0 against Anisimova. So that is incredible. 24 games to two games. So she deserves everything. She's the first Polish champion, and she's incredible. How she finished this Wimbledon. With now we have three separate winners for each of the Grand Slams in the women. There was a time when we would say that there was, from a parity standpoint, because Serena was there, she was dominant. But it's right now it's Sinner and Alcaraz in the men's. But on the women's side of things, you can see Keys winning the Australian Open, Coco Gauff winning the French Open, and then Anisimova was in the final from an American standpoint, but Aniga winning it. And I think if you look at Wimbledon, the last four winners of Wimbledon have been different people. So that goes to show you uh, the complete parity in the sport. I mean, of course, when you look at it among the active players, Iga's actually got the uh, most Grand Slams. She's got six, with Sabalenka got five, and sorry, three, and then you got Coco Gauff with two, and the rest of that, that's it for multiple major winners. So excellent win for Iga. Her team should be really proud of herself, or of her, and the way she was dominated the sport, especially in the Wimbledon surface that she's not really familiar with. I mean, now this gives a great combination for her. She's 24 years old, and she's already won four French Opens. She's got one Wimbledon. She's proved really that she can. She's amazing on clay court. Now she's actually won the U.S. Open, so her confidence going to the U.S. Open is going to be sky high. And I wouldn't be shocked if that she makes the final of the U.S. Open as well. So, um, Iga, fantastic win for her. Kudos. And thanks again for listening. It's been a fun women's singles final and singles tournament as well. And tomorrow we get ready for the men. Thanks again for listening. Have a good night.